Good morning, gamers. We are back in Valheim, and it is a bright and early Saturday morning. Grandpa can't sleep, so what else is he gonna do besides play video games? Alright, we are rested. I think it's time to go to sleep. Thought a little bit about what we want to do next, and there are two things we want to do. As usual, I remember one of them and forgot the other. But the first thing that we want to do is to go ahead and upgrade everything that we can with iron, everything that we're going to use going forward. So let's just take a look at the forge here. And as far as upgrades go, we want to upgrade our axe. We want to upgrade the iron helmet, the pickaxe, and especially the banded shield. The banded shield is going to need, we're going to need probably 20 fine wood. I don't know what the next level is, but we want to take it to level, I want to say level 3, but when I think about it, I don't know if that's the true. I'm just gonna have to remember what the other thing was because I can't think of it. Once we get the upgrades done, then I want to look at what's it gonna take. Let's jump over to West Shore and grab that wood. Then maybe it'll come to me what I was thinking we ought to do. Who knows? First victim. Hang on, a little housekeeping real quick. Want to jump back over to OBS Studio and select my stream so I can track all the people that are chatting with me. That is being facetious. Who in the right mind is up watching live streams of video games at this time of day? Okay, got that taken care of. And we're not punching the log to death. Let's get 3 trees. If we're getting 9 each, that'll get us the 20 estimated. Don't need to pick up extra wood. We're getting plenty just from these cut down. Don't think we need more deer meat or more deer hide right now. Actually, maybe deer hide. Don't know if we need it or not, but it's used in quite a few recipes. Alright, 17. Well, we got shorted one fine wood. Usually we pick up 9. My lovely habit of not eating when I should. So we got 17, so we only got, that's twice now that we only got 8. I always thought it was consistently 9, and now I know it's not. Alright, let's pop back over to the swamplands. Thinking about grabbing those raspberries, but there's no reason to. I pick up more stuff that we don't need. Just little emergency supplies there. Not much we can upgrade. Upgrade, repair, because the workstation's not high enough level. Alright, let's take care of business here. Got a few pieces of iron still sitting out there. I was wondering, oh yeah, we wanted to make the iron buckler. And I didn't realize that when we did it, oh, 20 for the next upgrade. I don't think we're going to do that because I'm thinking about switching to the buckler. I wondered why I was missing on so many of my parries. What do we have here? The banded shield. That's the upgrade. Let's take a look at what it is currently. Parry bonus 1.5. Block armor 48. Block force 45. And durability of 250. The buckler, we get the 2.5 parry bonus, and that's why I like the bucklers over the shields, is the larger parry bonus. On the other hand, the block armor, 16 at tier 1, and a block force of 30 versus 48 and 45. So huge advantage in the shield. 5% movement. 5% movement. So that's the same. Total minus 10. I'm guessing here that that means that the total movement penalty with our armor and our shield is where we get our minus 10 movement. But it is guess. I have to research that one to know for sure. Alright, let's put this down. I should have probably just done the buckler to start with and not wasted the upgrade on the bandit, because Oh, come on, get over that hump. Arrgh. Well, we dropped our 15 fine wood on top of the boat. Let's get it back. And now while I'm thinking about it, let's just go ahead and look at putting this wood here. Wow, that worked out smooth. Pure luck. That it turned into a stack of 50. Oh. Coincidences surprise me. Especially when you add here to the thought that there are no coincidences. Alright. The bronze buckler. Nope. The iron buckler. Ancient bark. Let's grab a stack of ancient bark if we don't have any here, which we don't. We can go get some, but we've got stacks of it. And it's just sitting in storage, rotting, so that's just a phrase. It doesn't actually rot. Oh, West Shore. You gotta remember to do the little housekeeping things and change the name of the portal back to what you want it to be. Okay, we need a new name for this. We already had a swamp portal, didn't we? Guess not. Alright, that's interesting. So, call the base the name of the biome, like we did the forest, was the Black Forest base, still is. We call this one the swamp. Change it back to Bonemass. I'll show you what I'm thinking here. Nice rainstorm. So back at home base, we've got 3, which connects to our portal on top of the crypt near the Bonemass altar. And we've got Bonemass that connects to the one that we want to change to swamp. Let's temporarily change this to swamp. And let's change this to nothing. Let's just leave it right there. Could have grabbed that and maybe saved a jump, but we didn't. It's not a big deal. Now we can call this swamp, which is probably what we'll leave it. And we'll come back over here. Now we've got swamp and we've got Bonemass. Let's make this 3. Connect. It was 3, wasn't it? I want to check the map because now I'm questioning myself. Here's Bonemass. And yes, it was 3. Okay, good. So now we got 3 and Bonemass, which doesn't connect to anything because that's now swamp. And that's... I went the wrong thing. Alright. Now we should be able to see the Bonemass altar right around here somewhere. There's the... When we start prepping, we'll take that out. Now, there's the Bonemass. Let's step down here where we can see. There's the Bonemass altar. So now we'll name this Bonemass. And we're just going to leave this one here. Just like we're going to leave the Bog Witch and the Surtling. Because we're still going to need coal even after we leave here. Now, the Surtling is going to be less productive because we're not in the area. And those Surtlings only... Now we can get rid of 3 because there's no such thing as 3. Call it swamp. There we go. Now let's move away from these. That noise drives me crazy. The rain's loud enough. And let's jump over here. We gotta delete that because you can't rename. And just I'm gonna put it up here, even though that's not where it is. We know it's on top of the sunken crypt. Then there's the new 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new sunken crypts we identified. Should we run out of iron and need to go back and get more. And if we do, we've got the Bonemass. Get rid of that trophy and the deer meat. Did we already get rid of the skins, or did we just not get any? Only reason we killed that deer was for the hide. Don't think we're gonna need the meat. So now we want to go back to swamp. And we'll come back to Bonemass and prep that after we finish our upgrades. So let's go make that buckler and look at what it takes to upgrade it. Probably go through an entire stack of iron. And this is what I'll take into the mountains rather than the iron shield. Okay, be sure and switch. Don't be like I am and crafting a bunch of stuff twice because you didn't switch to upgrades. Because I do that way too often. We're going to stop at 3. Once we get into the mountains, we'll be using this to we probably don't need this ancient bark. We're going to need some more iron. Let's upgrade the iron helmet because we're going to use that in the mountains. So now we've got, and let's upgrade the pickaxe. In order to do the pickaxe, we need, what do we need? Core wood. Let's jump home, grab that core wood. And if I'm thinking ahead, the axe needs leather scraps for upgrades. Thought we had some. We've got 15. Hopefully that's enough. So we just want to grab a handful of core wood. What are my chances that I have? Going to remember which chest has the core wood in it. Oh, look at that. That's such a surprise. That's 5. I don't think we're going to need more than that, but let's take 5 more. Hopefully that does it. Let's just to be prepared, take twice what we think we need. Grab a stack of 30. We're quickly running out of iron for the amount of iron we want to wanted to take back with us. No upgrade. Yeah, upgrade that. We can go to 4, but I don't see a huge need. Alright, iron pickaxe. Stay on track. And one more time. We're going to use this a lot in the mountains. And that's why we're upgrading it. And then the last thing is the iron axe, which we need. Getting nervous. I've been in the base too long, and we're going to get a raid pretty soon. And we don't have enough iron. Iron axe. 1, 2. And that's good. I think that's all the upgrades. Let me look through the list here real quick. Actually, just for my peace of mind, I'm going to jump back to the other base. We're down to 6 iron left. Now we wanted to bring back enough iron for upgrading the forge. So it looks like we need the 35 iron that we wanted for the forge. Which means we go back into the swamp and pull out 35 iron. Let's put that core wood back. Put that back. I remembered the last thing that we need to do before we go. We're down to 3 poison potions. Now, when we fight Bonemass, he has some huge poison attacks. Let's go ahead and sleep the night off. Maybe this rain will stop. He has some huge poison attacks that he does, along with summoning a lot of creatures out of the swamp to come and join the fight for it with him. And his crushing melee attacks. Now his melee attacks can be parried. That's something that's worth thinking about, because we could, if we parry with the buckler, we get the additional blunt damage. I'm going to go with the buckler. I was thinking that, you know, the iron shield would give us a better block against him. But if I can get that 2x, if I can pull off the parry against his attack and get the 2x bonus damage, that would be better. Okay, back to poison. 3 of these, they last 10 minutes each. That's 30 minutes. The fight's not going to last 30 minutes. But just in case, I want to have that 4th poison potion. And even more than the poison is, we need some more health potions. Did we save some? Nope. Now we've got 6 frost resist potions. For when we go into the mountains. Wouldn't hurt to start another round of those. So we need 3 meats: poison, health, and frost resist. And we want the healing first. So let's look at 10 honey, 4 blood bag, 10 raspberry, 1 dandelion. Honey, bloodmad, raspberry, dandelion. Dandelion. Honey. Raspberry. I forgot the fourth ingredient. Blood bag. I'm not sure if that wonderful memory of mine is old age or just the fact that I've never been good at memorization of crap like that. Frost. So we needed thistle and eyes that we're short on. So we got thistle. I hope that's enough. And we need eyes. And this isn't the only recipe that we'll be putting eyes. Actually, I'm surprised we don't have stacks of eyes. So frost resistance. We've got plenty, but we'll probably need more, so that's why we're gonna do this one last. So we've got healing, frost, we want poison as the last one. And I think that's gonna take charcoal, and we don't have that. And we need a little more thistle, and we need necktail. Let's grab the necktail, we've got it. Does that weigh much? Nah. And let's jump back over here and see if we can get some coal. Pretty sure we have some out here by the laundromat. And I'd be wrong. So, we'll make some. We're gonna need it sooner or later. But we already determined that we gotta go back for more iron. We need 10, if I remember right. It's gonna take a minute. Poison's probably the one we want the soonest, but if we're gonna do an iron mine, we've got time. Let's go ahead and do our healing. We probably will use at least, let's see. I don't know how the fermenter prioritizes, so we're going to go ahead and put the one we want in and the other one in storage. So we'll do frost last when poison's the next one we want. As I'm gonna leave here, and we're feeding them, but we're not staying around. It's kind of a waste of food, and we're not gonna be here. So I think I will hold off on feeding them. Let's go move our portal. We're not going to go to Bonemass right now. We'll go to our empty portal and move it to the next closest. Now, let's see, move away from this for a minute so I can think. We're going to be over here. Just looking at where we, that's the wrong swamp. There we go. This one. Jeez, that's a huge, such a big swamp. And then there's another one there. That's something. I still want to go sailing and find the vendor. Okay, we're currently, last one was here. There's got to be some in between. And we left our cart over here. You look at this pattern, the spacings are usually pretty close to consistent, so there's probably another one right in this area. So let's grab this portal. Let's find that other one. I'm hoping that there's one right here. There's probably another one here. And then we can just create a path for the cart and boat out our iron. Alright, so we're going to go here and we're going to head south. We got a 15-minute buff, crested buff, and the time of day is noon. If it's a 20-minute, we got 10 minutes to explore, and then we want to jump out of the swamp. Come back, pick up our coal, and make that. Poison resist potion is what I was thinking. South. Alright, that's going to be that direction. And let's eat food. We don't want to keep letting our health drop. You know, if you paid attention, alright, we probably need to make more arrows because we're going to go through a bunch right now. This is the direction we want to go, and I don't really necessarily want to work my way around it. So if we stand back here and shoot arrows, it doesn't really trigger them to start spawning. Once we get, I don't know, within 10 meters, I don't know what the distance is, but once we get close, they start spawning bad guys. That's okay if it's one spawner, but if it's 3, then there's few too many bad guys. Caught that elite before he was ready and knew where he was or where we were. And he scared me. You see me jump? My mouse went, ugh. Well, typically there's a treasure chest out here, but I don't see one today. It's not every time. Okay. Turn myself around in circles. We're wanting to go south. And there should be a sunken crypt within view. We got one over there, and that's the one that we see marked on the map. Let's work our way over by that Surtling and see if we can find one off in that direction, I guess. So, checking the map real quick. Thought there'd be one in here. There probably is, we just haven't found it yet. That's the Surtling that we have been farming. We're going to head towards it and hope that there's a sunken crypt in this direction. So, going to head east, a little bit southeast. Might take us through that next spawner. That's the one we came from. We've got the portal with us. Sort of. There we go. Now I can see it. keep that stuff together. Doesn't matter, just easier for me to understand what's going on. So we're triggering the Certlings to spawn. Guess we could have just come here for that hole we needed. There's that other body pile, which I think I'll just leave it alone for now. What do we got? Oh, we got all of our potion supplies with us. That's kind of stupid. Unnecessary, not necessarily stupid. And there's... oh, that's the one we've done. Thought for a minute I had found myself a abomination, but it's just a leech sticking his head up. Alright, we still got our weapons out. I missed my parry. Did I hear somebody else? Yeah. There they are. Bow? Nope. Bring it. There we go. Looks like we cleared a body pile out of here in the past. I don't usually mark those. There's not a reason. Got an archer over there. Well, pattern's not holding. We're not running into the sunken crypt we had hoped. Got a few more minutes before we need to head out of the swamp. There's a structure over there, but I don't think that's a crypt. Here comes a leech. Two. I think I heard a skeleton, yeah. And that's just one of those abandoned buildings, not a sunken crypt or anything of much interest. Now we're getting close to the edge of the swamp. This is probably the area that troll was hanging out. So our plan didn't work. Wait, there's one right there. And that's the one on our map. Guess that's the one we'll use. Getting lots of attention. We moved through the swamp a lot easier than we used to. Not really too worried about most of the things we're running into. And our inventory's full. What is it we can't pick up? Bone fragments. I don't care about bone fragments. Guess we'll set up on top of this one. Alright, our weapons are put away. Let's get those back out. And see if we can find that abomination again. Because, you know, that's just the way things work. Got a blob and a skeleton coming. Thought for sure I saw a skeleton. Looks like we'll just walk the iron out from here, because it's probably the closest we can get to our home base. Alright, let's flatten the ground out a little bit behind this guy. See if we can fill, you know, that hole that's always there. Fill that a little bit. Put our crafting table in place. We got missing require. We don't have wood. Doggone it. Well, I guess we'll just have to take care of that problem. There's a chance we lose this missing requirement workbench because we don't have wood. Alright, well, we can get wood. Just making that. Oh, we gotta throw something down. Be careful where I throw that. That's 5. We got another log around. Is that a... Looks like there's a crypt there. Oh yeah. We found that crypt earlier. It's on our map. Alright. I don't like chopping wood in the swamp. Getting late on us. Need to get... That sky looks... Oh, we got 2. Alright, come on, let's go. 8. And crafting. And there it is. And 8 and miscellaneous, and there that is. Grab that back in the morning. Let's get some sleep. As soon as we dry off, get a drink of coffee. Well, alright, don't rush back there yet. We had a bunch of stuff on us that we didn't want to carry around in the swamp, 'cause that's just for making. Potions. We'll just pick it back up when we come back. And then we can drop off the oozes that we picked up. That's from the swamp base. Put it back. grab that charcoal. No more. We needed, I think it was 10. So let's leave 15 here. And that's empty, so there's nothing waiting to be smelted. Before we forget, we got two things. Pick up the ancient wood from our harvesting and make the potion. So let's grab the ancient wood from harvesting that tree and all this other stuff that we left behind before it despawns. Ancient bark, not ancient wood. Alright. All the same thing. We'll come right back here in just a minute. And then we're going to need to get our cart, bring it over. You can always use more blood bags, considering they're used in so many potions. I have at times simply returned to the swamp to hunt leeches or guck. That one's nice and low. Let's grab it. And there's the bear. Of course there is. I'm actually surprised he hadn't died yet. Maybe he has, and that's a new one. Anyway, let's get back on track. Let's run and make that potion, mead, while we're thinking about it. We don't need it, you know, can't do anything with it for at least a day. And then we need to pull out iron so that we can make the forge upgrades that we're going to need when we come back from the mountains. Alright, poison resist. Thistle. No, wrong one. Poison resist. Honey, thistle, and necktail. Necktail. Honey. Thistle. Craft. Blood bag. Necktail. Thistle. Honey. Oh, we're getting low on honey. Oh, it's all sticking on top. I've never had that problem till I did this new setup, which I like this new setup because 22 and 8 times 4 is 32. There's 10 of them stuck up there. Now we should get a few here. Yeah, that helped. Yeah. And over here. And then I think it was here. 31, there's one up there. I don't see where it is. I thought I saw it. But too bad. One honey isn't worth the time. I do like that setup, even if I have to jump up there and grab those. One, I just think it's cool. It's probably the biggest thing. We're done with the eyes. Make a stack of... Oh, I made that backwards. Make a stack of ancient bark. And let's go... which I thought we were clearing out a spot, but guess not. Gonna put these in order because the next one we want is poison, and then frost is the last one we're gonna need. That's still fermenting. Anything we need to do back at the base? I think we should go get the cart. If we're gonna go get the cart, let's do this. Let's temporarily just go circling. I think that's the closest to the cart. We may be closest. We're gonna get to the cart already, and this is a waste of time because I didn't check the map first. No, I think this is where we've been. Yeah, this is the path to the ocean. Which one is it? It's that direction. So right here. Perfect. So we could grab the cart and haul it back with us. You can't break it down just like the boat. So let's do it this way. And we'll just grab the component pieces and put them in our pocket. If we're going to be running, we put our weapon away. Boy, the jumping really dry. We should work on our jumping. Curious now, what is our jumping skill? Yeah, 21. If we work on that skill, we won't use up as much stamina jumping. And later we're going to get a potion that helps us jump. Okay, change this back. And we can just put the cart. Let's see, which was the way out of here? Is this way? So let's put the cart over here. And let's go fill it up with iron. What do we want? We want 5 stone. Not a lot of stone around in the swamp. I don't know why I keep moving this stone from top to bottom, but I do, and then I never remember which one it's in. Still fermenting. Took the wrong portal, I think. Indeed. And here I thought we were all done Gathering iron. Little did I know, you're never done gathering iron. Alright, dead ahead's a dead end. To the right's an opening. Left is blocked. I'm almost sure there's somebody in there. We're going to put our weapon away. We're going to start swimming, and then they're going to show up. Let's eat. Actually got it in time. Did that get his attention? Yeah, that 2.5, that makes a difference. Alright, there's more. I don't hear any buzzing, so I don't think that there's a... don't think there's a body pile close by. Got more chain, that's good. We need chain for the upgrade. We didn't put the fire down. I want to do that real quick. Getting better at swimming. It's not a skill I've ever stopped to work on. All you gotta do is swim around if you want to get better at it. No wood. We got stone, and we didn't check to see if we had wood. Alright. It's not nighttime yet. Here's some wood right here. Easy peasy. Before we start wood, I want to switch out our hammers. And since we can hear those guys so close by, not close to here though. Thought I'd just check. No. Waste of time. Won't do any good to dry off, but we might as well get our full 10 minutes. And we can get a drink of coffee while we wait. Okay, I'm ready to go move on. Give me that 10, thank you. Nope, let's switch this out. There we go. Now when we get... yeah, that's good. Since we upgraded, we've added the durability, additional durability to the pickaxe. We shouldn't have to... Shouldn't have to repair as often. Oh, I thought this was a dead-end wall. But it looks like it's going to go through. Got any friends on the other side? I think so. Say hello to my little friend. Or in this case, maybe it was goodbye. I think there's an iron version, an iron two-hand upgrade. I'll have to look into that. Next time we're at the forge, let's check that. There's a body pile in there. Think we can damage it from here. Yeah. Looks like we killed all the flies off. I'm thinking that's non-living torches or something we're damaging. So I started putting the world seed in the video description. If you would like to play in this world, that's why it's there. I had the first time I encountered in the world the letter O or 0, and I couldn't tell which it was, O or 0. And I don't have a good way of verifying that. So last video I had it listed as O, but it's actually 0, and the only way I knew that is I went to the cheat site called Worldview, Valheim Worldview, and you can put your seed in and you can get a map of your Valheim world. I kind of hesitated to talk about that, but then, and I haven't been looking at it for this playthrough because I wanted this to be a, you know, as the devs designed the game. The worldview is third party, and it's kind of a we're gonna run out of, we're overweight by 163 pounds. Yeah. £9. That's just one. There we go. For now, let's just make this our chest. What the heck? Put the heavy stuff in here, free up some space. That gives us room to pick up some more. So anyway, I really hesitate to mention it. I don't want to spoil anybody's game experience. My first playthrough, first 2 or 3 playthroughs, I never used it. And I like the experience of not using it. As I continue to play Valheim with more and more playthroughs, I have started using it just as a I experienced the game the way it was built. And now I kind of just feel like time is short. Valheim is a very time-consuming game, and I enjoy the aspects of it that are time-consuming. But like I've started using portals to allow me to port out and not travel as much, and I started using the world view to save me time. I started that a while back when I was searching and searching. The world I was in had a bunch of little tiny swamps, and none of them had sunken crypts, and I was getting real discouraged. So I used worldview so I could find where I could get iron, move the game forward. And I got kind of addicted to it. Now this playthrough, I really like the fact that I'm not using it and that we're playing this with portals set to normal and not using the worldview to find stuff. So it's fun to get back to the game play as designed. But I thought I'd go ahead and, confess that it's there, I've used it, it has a purpose. I encourage you to play through some of the game as it was intended to be used. But it's your choice. Back in the day, and this is back in the day, I used to play EverQuest. That was my favorite. My first online RPG. And I started playing it because my son lived in another state, and it gave me a chance to be online and spend time with him. And it was real nice, and I really, really loved the game and the exploration aspects of it. There was a lot about it I liked the risk and reward aspect. That it had a death penalty similar to Valheim. But my very big favorite part is exploration and discovery. And that's part of Valheim that I enjoy too. Like when we discovered the arena, or when we took our character who was barely ready to fight, wasn't even ready to fight either, and we went to the Black Forest, got bones from the burial chamber. That there was the risk that we would die. That risk and that thrill of not knowing if you're going to survive that adventure. Even with, I think Valheim has a very low death penalty. It has a small one. And that just kind of makes things more interesting. And when I play a game that you just go on a corpse run, or there's no penalty at all for dying, it loses something for me. The risk reward thrill isn't there. So that's one of the things I like, and that's why I'm not using that worldview map. That's part of that whole risk reward. You discover, like we did, a swamp that has tons of iron in it. It makes you feel like you're accomplishing something, I guess. Anyway, enough of my philosophizing and going old school. Back in my day, it reminds me of Seth Meyers skit. Back in my day. Well, Boomer, we're not back in your day. I hear the body pile and it's not going away. But I don't think it's in this room. We do have company in here, though. Do we want to just snipe him? Oh, you dodged it, bum. I missed? Can't believe I missed. Well, too bad we didn't find this one first. It looks like it's going to be a treasure trove of iron. I think we got everything we need there. Yeah, that body pile's right over there. You can hear that. Hear those flies buzzing. Look at all those muddy scrap piles. No, I don't think we're gonna get all the way out there. Let's drop 40, no, 50 pounds. There we go. That was weird. I've never noticed that, but it sounded like the pitching, the fly noise, the pitch of the noise shifted. We're barely, I mean, we're only in the first branch. Like, we're getting a lot of iron out of here. Maybe that means we're almost done. I thought I saw something left behind, but I guess not. No. Didn't realize it was nighttime, but looks like we're about ready for daytime. This is weird. I'm sure we're close to a body pile here, but I'm almost sure that's a blocked passage. Collapsed passage. Doesn't mean I still can't do damage to the wall. Wow. Day 159. I think they're just going to keep spawning until we get that body pile. And we're not reaching it. Yeah, we could just pound on that for a long time. This is a collapsed wall. We're not getting through this way, so we're gonna wrap all the way around from somewhere else. Which means at least 1, 2, At least 2 more rooms in that direction, maybe 3. I would think it's 3 rooms to get back to here. That's not worth it. I just can't get all the mud out of those cracks. Kind of keep track of where I've been by if I see yellow mushrooms. I'm pretty sure I haven't been that way, and now we're good. All right. Thought maybe our inventory was full because that was lying on the ground. Is this blocked too? It is. I'm curious. Can we reach anybody from here? No. How about here? Yeah. That body pile's in that room. What do you want to bet this is? This is going to be one of those rooms where we can't get to the room. What am I trying to say? There's going to be an open passage that they run out of and come at us before we get close to the body pile is what I'm trying to say. So I hear a body pile, I hear Drugar, and I hear Blob. And you can bet by now, as many times as we're killed, that at least one of these bodies is an elite. Not one of those two, though. Oh, and we're not reaching them yet. That's too bad. I think there's more than one body pile. Look at archers trying to get to us. Hey, we got the body pile. No more buzzing. My guess is we're going to pull 90, maybe 100 ore out of here. Alright, we got scrap iron we can't pick up. Must be close to weight. Yep. And we didn't take anything out of here yet. Or no, we started to and we were overweight then. Take all. No place stacks. Yep. This is gonna be I'll bet you this is at least 100 iron haul. Too bad we didn't hit this one first. We had a couple of really small ones to start with. So there's still a body pile over here. That means we're gonna wrap all the way around and get back to there at some point. Don't have any resin on us, so no torches. We're gonna be working in the dark still, which we've been doing pretty much this whole time. Is that no body pile there either? Not body pile. We've been in here a while. Alright, let's go get our rested buff and pick is held up longer too. Yeah, I like having that extra. I didn't take it. There we go. I like having that extra durability. Okay. I gotta go back here and double check. But I think we have reached, like there's nothing here. And there's nothing there. Was there a chest? Thought we tripped over something, but I'm not getting anything. So that's a dead end. Can't go further that way. We emptied that out. Can't go any of these ways. But eventually we're going to be on the other side of this wall. So at this point, we have finished all of this. Hang on a sec. And this is where we want to pick it up. So from the chest room, we're going to go. We're going to come into the chest room from there, and then we're going to take a right and work on that one at the end. We can't carry that much, but oh god, that's a lot more than we can carry out. Okay. And this is only the first door. We haven't gone that way. We haven't gone that way. There's a body pile over there. Gonna get our rested buff, so if I step out of here and have to fight something, we're prepared. But then I'm gonna go ahead and jump back to the base and repair real quick. There we go. No worries. I just wanted the storage area. Everything else will portal, so we'll take it back. Got a ways to go in there, but I think I might stop here and go have breakfast. See what Grandma's up to. I think she's up by now. If not, I'll come back and keep going. Let's clear out this inventory. And look at that, we've filled up our... We have, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5,000 gold, and we're filling this up. So, well on our way to being filthy rich. Let's go find the vendor and see if we can't spend some of that. I'm really wanting to... Oh. Yep, we gotta go, move into the woodshed here. More bones. We don't need any more bones. You know what? I'm gonna take a stack of these. 2 stacks of these, and I'm gonna put them in that crypt, because as far as I know, we just don't have a use for those bones. Let me check. Yeah, they aren't good for much, as far as I can tell. Let me think. Are we done? Yes. There's our healing potion. The next one we want is for their fight with Bonemass. Shouldn't need it, and it's probably gonna just sit in the chest now forever. But I like to be prepared. Alright guys, let's take a break, pick this up next time. We'll finish out that sunken crypt, haul that iron back, and look at bringing the iron. We want some iron back here. We need to do forge upgrades. And we're going to be moving all that forge equipment to the next base once we determine where that is. Can't decide. Do we want to build a base in the mountains? Haven't done that. I don't know if I've ever had a base in the mountains. Not a real base. But that's something we'll give thought to as we move forward. But I want to bring some iron back here so we can convert these chests to iron chests. Would love to have a stone cutter back here and maybe start building a stone home for our base rather than the wood one, just for fun. And just having whatever we need iron for available. Anyway, we'll pick it up here next time. Thanks for joining us. We've been playing Valheim. Y'all have a good one.